the largest off-road RV event in the world. Now, I've got to apologise, this hasn't come out at the advertised time. I got a bit messed around there by YouTube, which has happened before in the past, and therefore I was somewhat prevented from putting this up at the appropriate time. Having said that, also because the amount of people here, the internet has been a bit weak, so that might have been the reason for it. Right, today what I do is I just sort of take you around a walk around the place, and I'm going to turn the camera around because as you only want to see me, there you go, there's the camera turned around. And what I would suggest is that if you've got any questions or anything, want anything seeing filmed or anything like that, then you ask. I'm feeling particularly tired today. The reason for this is the temperature. It's 35 degrees here, which just happens to be the hottest it's been for many years, and I'm feeling a bit worn out by it. There was a time when I could put up with the temperature with no problems at all, and unfortunately those days are past, and sort of walking around like this I find a bit difficult. Yeah, I see my gimbals in the way. There you go, there's the gimbal out the way. Now, what I'm going to do today is that yesterday I showed some of the monster vehicles, and so I thought what I could do today is to actually show you other things. I'll just show you this quickly. I found this particularly interesting. I'll just stick this in the back. Now this is a pickup unit, and look how big it is inside, and elegant at that. But what it's done, it's got this really high roof by pickup standards by having an extension. See, so it pulls itself up from there and then it goes up to there, and so that gives it this height whilst keeping a low profile whilst the vehicle is on the road. And that one sort of took my attention somewhat. There you go, there's a Unimog. And right, now when I was here last time I was complaining how cold it was, and I was having to get protection from the cold, and this year I'm trying to get protection from the heat. So next year I'll be complaining that everything's just right, so that's the reason why I'm not doing anything. Now, as the largest event of this kind, we've got more than 200 exhibitors here. This event was it was full, completely packed out for 2022. I tried to get friends of mine in here, and I was unable to do so. So whereas RVs are the main object of what is here, we've got things like this, as well as, I suppose you might say, the Fiat vans. Oh, and of course the tent in the roof, as you can see there. Now this is one of 3 events I come to on a regular basis every year. Here, we'll walk down here, down this way. So 1 or 2 things which are like the equipment. Now, as always, I find the equipment particularly interesting, and some things here which I found particularly good. There was an oven which I've done videos on, and I'd like to have a wood burning oven in my own vehicle, only that it's not particularly in my case. Now I've rebuilt the thing, so I'm not going to don't mind cutting out the old stuff, but chopping up the new stuff is something I don't particularly want to do. You can see where people are sitting, how hot it is. Now down here, I want to show this, is a fully electric camper van, and it's been done by some students, and to demonstrate the point, they're taking it to the far north of Norway, and only on electric power. Then they're bringing it back again. And that is this vehicle. It's this Fiat Ducato, and what it's got is it's not just got solar panels on the roof. It's got the panels actually come out, they fold out, and then they make said to me 150 square meters when they open up from the outside. And when she said to me 150 square meters, I know you're wrong there. It's 6 times 2, which is 12. And okay, maybe a little bit extra. So no, it's 150, and they showed me how it all extended outwards. So that thing is a particularly exciting project. And here's a curious thing here. This is a Volkswagen at the front, and at the rear it's a different, completely sort of separate vehicle at the back. So you got the front bit and the back bit, and it's joined together. Teranga, that'll cost 170,000 euros. And there you go. It's got two wheels there at the back. You can see the gap between the two there, as well as the tent. There's a number of companies with security windows, which I think is a particularly important thing to have. There's 4 companies with windows here, 3 from Germany, 1 from the United Kingdom. And down here we've got another thing which I find quite interesting. It's how to turn your drinking water, your grey water, into drinking water, and that is from a company called Cara Water. There you go, from grey water to fresh water, and it goes through a number of filters to end up from that one on the left. On the left, like that, to that one there. And now, would you want to drink your bath water? Well, you know, you could be somewhere where you didn't have a lot of choice in the matter. Here we have a pickup unit, which I find, if there's no one, then I'll stick the camera around the corner. And this one here, Innova on the Mercedes G-Class, and we'll just stick this around here quickly. I find this particularly, right, there you go, 2 plate there, and in there, I like the way this has been done, using the bed at the back, kitchen. Got a huge amount of space for a pickup. Same kitchen, same fridge as I've got. And in here, it's got a bathroom. Pretty good, eh? And it's got a huge wardrobe as well. So we'll have a look at that. There you go, huge wardrobe. Lots of stuff in it at the moment. Very nice. That's and bear in mind, it's a pickup on the back of a Mercedes G-Class, so that's quite impressive. Right, now the very first thing I did happen to out was on this company here. If you see my history side, I've got a very short part of a conversation with them as the advertisement for my history side. A Swiss company which makes fridges. Now, equipment for motorhomes and that you've got here. So Autarka DE, which is lots of stuff to stay off the grid with your RV. Here's another company called Tiger Express, which has a lot of equipment as well for motorhomes. Now Tiger seems to do things for 4x4 business. Oh, I like this one. I'll show you this as well. There is a Mercedes 806, and so that must be about 35 years old, and a conversion. 2 tents in the roof. The trouble with the 806 is that it's not very high inside, and therefore to make a motorhome out of it, a campervan conversion, I should say, is somewhat difficult. Now, as well as lots of also some old things like this Mercedes 1519 with this wooden shed on the back. So that, I believe, is from the 1960s, I believe. You know, electrical equipment, and now that was the old Mercedes, the new one, the Unimog. Here's Solbio, which I'm promoting as a clean biological toilet fluid. And Hunekopf noted for their security equipment, and very expensive security equipment, but very effective. And here we've got a test track for Land Rovers. The trouble is, though, I got them out and have a go at it, but they'll only allow the professional drivers to actually do it. So I wouldn't let me drive. Now, normally I'm not so keen on driving, to be quite honest. I'm with somebody else who'll drive for me. I'd rather that person drove. However, in this case, I wanted to give it a go. Anyway, somebody might just turn, oh, there's one up there, sort of driving around. But they drive around rather slowly. That's one of 2 tracks. So this one here is for the Land Rover. And we've got one over there for the bigger things, but we're not going to see that from here, I don't think. And some more equipment up here as well. Anyway, so good. So what I wanted to do in this video was just to show you around, give you some idea, and this heat here is really quite strong. I'm going to try and do another live broadcast tomorrow from Abenteuer und Allrad. And unfortunately, it's going to be even hotter tomorrow. I've got to say, I think because of the heat, there's fewer people here than might have been. But it is really, really roasting. Okay, what I'll do is I'll end up with a view of this enormous action mobile over here. So we've got this one here, the Unimog one, but I'm going to do with this MAN Leopard from Action Mobil. Thanks for being here today, those of you who were here, and there's a video this evening about Abenteuer und Allrad showing you around the car park. But until then, all the best from me in Bad Kissingen.